Guys, this is Dr. Vibhu Grover and welcome back to our YouTube channel, the BSC Time. So on this occasion of World Hearing Day, our aim is to create awareness about the hearing healthcare. World Hearing Day is actually celebrated on 3rd March of every year to raise awareness on how to prevent hearing loss and promote ear and hearing care across the world. So today on our channel, we have invited Mr. Avinash Pawar, CEO of Signia India, along with 4 renowned audiologists from all over India to take on the stage to cover a lot of topics about the hearing healthcare as well as the hearing care aspects. So now I would like to invite Mr. Avinash Pawar, CEO of Signia India, to address how Signia India is contributing to improving the hearing health care. I invite Mr. Avinash Pawar to take on the stage for this question, sir.
Okay, first of all, I would like to wish all viewers a very happy and healthy hearing on occasion of this World Hearing Day. Signia has been working for last 20 years relentlessly to create an awareness infrastructure into this country. When we talk specifically about that, we understand that the hearing awareness is very important into this country, looking into kind of social stigma and penetration available into the smaller towns as well. So Signia has been constantly working upon promoting hearing awareness, creating awareness, sharing the knowledge through different medias. We use digital media, we use electronic media, we use print media, we do webinars, seminars to create an awareness. At the same time, we realize that the infrastructure into this country, the hearing aid clinics are not adequate to cater such a large population. So typically since last 10 years, we have been working on expanding the best sound network, and now we have reached to 280 best sound centers. At the same time, we also know that affordability is a critical factor into Indian market. So we are offering all our consumers, the patients, affordable solution. So we have hearing aids available from a very basic segment to a premium segment. So especially this World Hearing Day, 3rd March 2022, we are very happy to announce that we have taken a quantum leap in terms of creating awareness, helping consumers to make a well-informed decision. And we have started our Brilliant Sound Galaxy. This is one of its first initiative into this country, where we are setting up kind of an experience stores. So when a consumer will visit to us in this experience stores, he will have a facility of a self-diagnosis into it. He will be also able to see different form factors, products, and in nutshell, he will be able to make a well-informed decision. So we are bringing in a lot of transparency here.
So moving on, we have 4 renowned audiologists as experts on this channel from all over India. We will be learning in detail about the hearing loss and its related aspects today from all these 4 experts. So I welcome all of you on board. So number 1, we have Professor N.D. Rajan. He is one of the pioneer in the field of speech and hearing, and he has worked in several institutes throughout his career. Currently, he is working as a deputy director at Arapadai Medical College and chief consultant audiology at Simha Hearing Aids and Speech Therapy Center in Pondicherry. Simha Hearing Aids and Speech Therapy Center has multiple centers in Tamil Nadu as well. Our second guest is Dr. Sunil Patil. He is a chief audiologist at My Speech and Hearing Clinic in Pune and has more than 12 years of experience in serving people with hearing difficulties. Our next guest is Miss Sonia Gera. She is the proprietor and chief audiologist at Muskan Speech and Hearing from Jalandhar. And last but not the least, for the evening is Mr. Saurav Nawka. He is a chief audiologist from Nawka Hearing Aid Center. Nawka Hearing Aid Center is a pioneer in the field of speech and hearing in Northeast India, currently running since 1983 and has set the standards apart in the field of speech and hearing in Northeast India. I welcome you all on board for this channel, and thanks for joining this channel in terms of creating awareness. So Professor Rajan sir, my first question to you is, can you highlight on the prevalence or current scenario of hearing loss in India?
Yeah, the prevalence, to put it in a, for the public, it is the number of people affected with the hearing loss in India. Yeah, estimation given by World Health Organization in 2018, it says that there are about 360 million people are found to have hearing loss around the world. In India, the World Health Organization puts around 63 million, or it is 6.3 crores of Indians having a hearing loss. And another survey by National Sample Survey Organization, they put the prevalence very close to 7.4% in the age group above 15 years and around 2% below 15 years. But I do find that the number given by various organizations do vary. And they also not giving the exact their figure. The reason is the government organization who really gone into the survey, they have taken up a benchmark. They've taken a sort of a level above which they consider as having a disability in hearing, and that number is taken. That is mainly to see what is the kind of benefits to be given to the people. So they fix in India, they fix it around 60 decibel loss and above is considered in a better year, is considered to be a disability in hearing. But we see there are a good number of people with the other types of hearing losses. They also find a sort of a difficulty in day-to-day life, in communication, in carrying on their regular work. Like hearing loss less than 60 decibel, people with one side hearing loss, and people with high frequency hearing loss. They all definitely will face. I find a lot of people coming to our center with a high frequency loss, and they find to get some solution. They do miss a lot of things because of such loss. But such losses are not reported into the calculation of prevalence from by the different organizations. So if you include these problems also, I think the number should definitely shoot up.
My next question is to Mr. Saurav Nawka, sir. In your perspective, what are the effects that hearing loss has on the quality of life?
Thank you, BSC Times, for giving me this opportunity. You guys are doing a great job in spreading awareness. So, the question is effects of hearing loss on quality of life. Quality of life के हर एंगल में hearing loss का effect होता है, whether it is relationship, whether it is education, whether it is social life, whether it is learning. If the hearing loss is congenital, अगर जन्म में होता है तो the बच्चा cannot learn language. अगर language नहीं सीखेगा तो communicate कैसे करेगा? अगर hearing loss अर्ली स्कूल एज या कॉलेज डेज में होता है तो पीपल कैन हैव सोशल डिप्राइवेशन, दोस्तों से बात कैसे करेंगे? अगर हियरिंग लॉस लेटर एज में होता है तो लोगों से बात करना समझना डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाता है. सो हियरिंग लॉस एक ऐसा बीमारी है जिसको लेके नॉलेज अवेयरनेस बहुत कम है. लोग जानते नहीं हैं कि कहाँ जाना है, किन से मिलना है, कौन ट्रीट करेंगे, व्हाट आर द टाइप ऑफ devices available. There is a lot of stigma attached in our field which should go. People should start educating others, and which people? Us. We as professionals have to spread the word and make everybody aware that all these problems can be dealt with in a beautiful manner. It's a beautiful opportunity. It's a great day, March 3rd 2022, to start this. Let's all take a regime and spread awareness about hearing loss and the beautiful devices available.
So my next question is to Dr. Sunil Patil, sir. So in your aspect or audiology aspect, why it is important to hear from two ears?
Thank you, Signia, for inviting me on this forum. First of all, let me wish you all a happy World Hearing Day. So, जैसे हम डेली लाइफ में हमारा ऐसा होता है कि हम बहुत सारे आवाजों को सुनते हैं लेकिन हम उनको नजरअंदाज करते रहते हैं। जैसे अभी मैं आपके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ तो इस सिचुएशन में मुझे बाहर से थोड़ी हल्की हल्की बस की आवाज आ रही है, हल्का सा फैन का नॉइज चल रहा है, कहीं पे थोड़ी खटपट चल रही है। तो इन सब आवाज को मैं सुन तो जरूर रहा हूँ बट मैं इनको इग्नोर कर रहा हूँ, बिकॉज नॉर्मल हियरिंग पर्सन में भगवान ने हमारा कान ऐसा बनाया है कि हम उसी चीज पर फोकस करते हैं जो हमारा इंटरेस्ट है, लेकिन जबकि हमें सब कुछ आवाज हम सुनते रहते हैं। तो उस सिचुएशन में अगर किसी को हियरिंग लॉस है तो उस सिचुएशन में ऐसा होता है कि वो लोग इन सब आवाज को बिल्कुल इग्नोर कर चुके होते हैं, और जब उन्हें हियरिंग एड्स पहनाए जाते हैं तो यही आवाज उनके लिए नॉइज बन जाते हैं। तो ऐसी केसेस में हमें ये ध्यान में रखना जरूरी होता है कि हम जैसे ही हमारा हियरिंग लॉस डिटेक्ट होता है हमने तुरंत हियरिंग एड्स को लगाना है, ताकि उन्हीं आवाज के संपर्क में हम हमेशा के लिए रहें, ताकि वो आवाज हमारे लिए नॉइज ना बने। एक्सेप्टिंग योर हियरिंग एड्स ऑन अर्ली स्टेज इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू help you in avoiding the cognitive impairment. कॉग्निटिव इम्पेयरमेंट एक ऐसी चीज होती है जैसे हमने पहले बताया कि हियरिंग लॉस का असर खाली हियरिंग पे नहीं होता है, उसका कुछ असर हमारे दिमाग पे भी होता है। जैसे उसका अभी जैसे नया रिसर्च बताता है कि हियरिंग लॉस की वजह से हमें मेमोरी लॉस की भी शिकायतें मालूम पड़ती है। तो हमें उन सब चीजों में क्यों पढ़ना है, जब हमें हियरिंग एड्स पहन के हमारा ऑडिटरी डिप्राइवेशन अगर कुछ हद तक रुक जाता है तो वी शुड एक्सेप्ट द हियरिंग एड्स अर्ली एज पॉसिबल। सो आई विल अर्ज एवरीवन टू ऐड हियरिंग टेस्टिंग इन देयर रूटीन मेडिकल चेकअप, बिकॉज it is going to have a huge impact on your hearing and on your quality of life. So, hearing testing and accepting hearing aids at right age is going to solve your many problems which will come across in future.
My next question is to you, Professor Rajan sir. Is hearing aids and hearing loss was considered a big social stigma back in the days, but not anymore. So can you highlight on that aspect that hearing loss is not a social stigma anymore?
Yeah, it's really to consider. The people do accept spectacles with the visual problem. They do accept just like that the spectacles, but there is a stigma in terms of wearing a hearing aid. But I remember in the 1970s when we started the practice, and those times we had only the pocket hearing aid. So even the people are affordable to go for a better hearing aid. It was not available. Technology was not available. So the people had to get along with the packet model with the wire leading to the ear. And that was really a problem for people to accept a hearing aid. Though people used to feel that, yes, they get benefit out of that, but still they don't want to have a hearing aid just because it is looking a little bit awkward, and the people may notice that they have hearing loss and so on. But the scenario is totally changed, and in the last 4 decades, the technology really gone into the system, and now we have hearing aids which is almost not visible outside at all. It can be kept so deep inside the ear canal, and that the size itself has become a big way for the people to accept hearing aid. Then a lot of the technology came like Bluetooth and connectivity and all those things. Then people can hear much better with the Bluetooth devices or the connectivity than the regular form of hearing through the mic and the amplification. And the people can get the message from a telephone through the mobile phone. The mobile phone apps have come. They can see the kind of the adjustments they can make on their own. Not necessarily every time they have to go to the center, hearing aid center for correction. So a lot of things that the person himself can do, a person who is hearing, using hearing aid. And the battery drainage, they can see whether they want to change the battery. And listening to the TV, that's a main source of acceptance. I find people started getting accepting the hearing aids. The main problem with the earlier hearing aids, yes, they wear hearing aid at the clinic, they feel comfortable. That by once they go home and see the TV, they find they are not comfortable with listening to TV. But the things are totally different now. They can hear very well, so comfortably. I find even better than a normal hearing person. So that thing has gone in a big way for people to accept hearing aids, thanks to the technology by the hearing aid company.
My question is to you, Ms. Sonia Gera, ma'am. So what should be taken in consideration to keep your ears protected?
Okay. Hello, everyone. And thanks for inviting me on this special day, that is World Hearing Day. And we celebrate each year to raise awareness among people regarding the hearing disability. And I'm very happy to be a part of it today, so that more and more people should be aware of the hearing loss and its how it affects our lives and how we can prevent it. Okay. Today we'll talk about the protection, how to protect your ears. Though every organ is exposed to trauma, ear is such a special organ which connects us through the world, through our hearing. And it needs protection at 3 levels because it is exposed to 3 kinds of trauma. First is noise trauma, second is physical trauma, and third is barotrauma. So noise trauma we'll talk about, because it's noise is increasing in our world day by day and it affects our hearing abilities. Most of the people don't know that long durations exposure to loud noises affects our hearing ability adversely. So we should protect our ears from noise. In children, it's increasing day by day. During the COVID timings, they were using more of headphones for attending their classes, and extracurricular activities were low. So they were using loud musics to entertain themselves. So if you are exposed to loud sounds, intensity, how long you are in a noisy environment, and how often you are engaging in those activities, all that things affect your hearing abilities. So many people come with the problems. Like recently I was getting in my clinic, so many children were having heaviness in your ears or some ringing sensations in your ears. That could be because you are using long duration of headphones. So for that, you need to limit your headphones and slow down the volumes and don't expose to sounds for a long duration of time. What you can do is you can switch to external source of sound, external speakers rather than headphones. And always, if you're using a headphone also, always slow down the volume when you're using it. So this kind of protection should need. And the other thing for factory workers are exposed to loud sounds continuously. And in that environment, you should wear earplugs or ear muffs, whatever ear protection devices are available. You should do that. Otherwise, you will lose your hearing permanently also. And second thing I'll talk about the physical trauma. For the parents, don't slap your children directly on the ears. For anybody, you should not slap on the ears directly because it ruptures the eardrum. कान का पर्दा जो है वो फट सकता है, उससे discharge हो सकता है. So don't slap anyone. Second thing is don't clean your ears with the earbuds or bobby pins. They are very sharp objects. They can injure your eardrums, and they are dirty things which can infection also. They can create infection also. So don't do that. Always seek a professional help. Some people put oil, some people put hydrogen peroxides in their ears. It's a bad thing. Don't do that. Always go to an expert to clean your ears. Third thing is barotrauma. Barotrauma is the pressure changes when you go swimming or you take a flight. Their pressure changes occurs, so they can rupture your eardrums. Some people feel so much of pain in the ears when the flight takes off. So what you can do is open your mouth several times and always preferably have a chewing gum or anything in your mouth. So chew continuously so that the pressure changes won't happen. Do that. These are the some things which way we can protect our ears.
My next one is, so what can be done when you suspect hearing loss?
Okay, second, what do you do when you suspect a hearing loss? Before that, we should know how we suspect a hearing loss. Hearing loss affects differently in different age groups. In pediatric age group, if we talk about, hearing loss affects a child's speech and language ability adversely. So how do you suspect a hearing loss in a child? अगर आपका बच्चा टाइम से बैबल करना नहीं शुरू करता है, 6 महीने पे बैबलिंग शुरू हो जाती है, उसके बाद चाइल्ड रिस्पॉन्ड्स टू योर नेम कॉल, जब बच्चे को बुलाया जाता है चाइल्ड स्माइल्स. If your child is not doing that, please don't delay the process. If you delay the process, child को हम कभी भी rehabilitate नहीं कर सकते to a normal stream. If a child has hearing loss, it should be intervened as early as possible. अगर आप उसको एक normal human being बनाना चाहते हो, normally एक बच्चे को जब सुनता नहीं है तो उसके बोलता नहीं है, वो सुन के ही बोलने का आपस में बहुत बड़ा लेन देन है. So if your child doesn't hear properly, he won't speak properly. And if he has profound hearing loss, I mean बहुत ज़्यादा loss है, तो he will not speak at all. तो इसको early intervention करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. तो when you suspect such things, don't delay the process. अगर आप, कई लोग सोचते हैं कोई बात नहीं, बच्चा बोल पड़ेगा, 1 साल पे चले जाएंगे, 2 साल पे, that is too late for that. अर्ली इंटरवेंशन इसमें बहुत ज़रूरी है अगर आप अपने बच्चे को एक नॉर्मल लाइफ देना चाहते हो. तो इसलिए जब भी आप लॉस सस्पेक्ट करो, take to the hearing expert. He or she will evaluate the hearing of your child. वो आपको बताएगा क्या है, क्यों लॉस है, कितना लॉस है और क्या किया जा सकता है आपके बच्चे को नॉर्मल बनाने के लिए. हम इस पे बात करेंगे नियोनेटल स्क्रीनिंग. सब सोचते हैं कि हेयरिंग ये तो बहुत छोटा है, इसका हेयरिंग टेस्ट कैसे हो जाएगा. Nowadays we have tools, we have everything that we can screen even a 1-day-old child. So don't delay that. हमारे पास सब कुछ है जिससे हम उसकी स्क्रीनिंग कर सकते हैं, उसका हेयरिंग टेस्ट कर सकते हैं, सब कुछ अवेलेबल है. So don't delay that if you suspect a hearing loss in your child. क्योंकि उसकी स्पीच एंड लैंग्वेज एबिलिटीज इतना डिले हो जाता है जब हमारे पास बच्चा पहुंचता है, तब उसको नॉर्मल स्ट्रीम में रिहेबिलिटेट करना मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो एज अर्ली एज पॉसिबल हियर नियोनेटल स्क्रीनिंग शुड बी डन ऑफ एवरी चाइल्ड. अब तो रूल भी बन गए हैं ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड, देयर आर रूल्स दैट नियोनेटल स्क्रीनिंग एवरी चाइल्ड शुड बी स्क्रीन फॉर इट्स हियरिंग लॉस. और एटलीस्ट हाई रिस्क बेबीज, जिन बच्चों का बर्थ वेट कम है, जिनको नियोनेटल जॉन्डिस है, और भी बहुत सारे रीजंस होते हैं, हाई रिस्क चिल्ड्रन शुड बी स्क्रीन्ड as early as possible. Even a 1-day-old child can be screened for that. So when we talk about adults, in case of adults, how do you suspect a hearing loss? Adults, when you tell others to repeat कि आप दोबारा बोलेंगे, मुझे आपकी बात समझ में नहीं आई है, और अदरवाइज यू पुट लाउड टेलीविजन ऑन लाउड साउंड दैट आपके साथ वाले बोल रहे होते हैं, पापा मम्मी आवाज धीरे कीजिए, इतना शोर हो रहा है. तो आप सोशली अपने आप को विड्रॉ कर लेते हैं. व्हेन यू फील दैट यू आर सोशली विड्रॉइंग योरसेल्फ, आप हमेशा दूसरे से बात करने से डर रहे हैं कि आपको बात समझ में नहीं आएगी, कोई लोग मुंह में खा रहे हैं अक्षर, तो ये ऑल साइंस ऑफ अर्ली हेयरिंग लॉस. व्हेन यू सस्पेक्ट दैट, डोंट हेजिटेट, गो टू एन हेयरिंग एक्सपर्ट, गेट योर हेयरिंग इवैल्यूएटेड. उसके बाद आपको सब कुछ बताया जाता है, उसमें डरने वाली कोई बात नहीं है. आप एक नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह अपनी जिंदगी जी सकते हैं. तो अर्ली साइंस शुड नॉट बी डिलेड. आपको जब भी ऐसा कुछ फील हो तो आप एक हेयरिंग एक्सपर्ट के पास जाइए, वो आपका हेयरिंग टेस्ट करके बताएंगे कि आपको कहाँ प्रॉब्लम है, क्यों प्रॉब्लम है एंड कितनी प्रॉब्लम है. तो वी शुड डू दैट और आप एक नॉर्मल अपनी लाइफ हैप्पी लाइफ जी सकते हैं. थैंक यू.
So wow, this was a great informative session regarding hearing loss and its aspects. I thank everyone to be part of this wonderful journey towards improving the hearing healthcare in India.